Okay, so welcome to Swiflearn online classes. As you already know by now that what is Swiflearn. So let me tell you, for the new students, that Swiflearn is the India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Over here, all the classes are 100% live and interactive classes. If you have any sort of doubt, you can ask to the teacher in the classes only, and the teacher will explain everything, all the topics in the classes. Okay, coming to the second thing which we give the personalized attention to each and every student because maximum 6 students are present in each of our batches. So it can be a batch of 1 student or 2 student or 3 4 and maximum 6, not more than that. So you will be able to choose your batch, like how many students you want in your batch, so accordingly you will be getting your batches. And this basically help us to keep an eye on the student, how you are progressing, in which particular parameter you were lagging, and definitely we will work on it. And this also helps the student to ask any sort of doubt without any hesitation, right? Coming to the third point is we have a very good dedicated academic mentor team. So what do? The academic mentor team, they continuously track how you are progressing. So in what is your understanding capacity, how much you were getting everything, all the knowledge in your classes, whether you were doing all the homework properly or not, you were going through all the practice tests or not, monthly test में आपको कितना मिल रहा है, and how to basically improve your preparation. This will all help you to get all the feedback from the academic mentor team, and this will definitely help you to improve yourself, right? Hi Mukul, hi Rushita, how are you? Good afternoon, beta. Coming to the fourth thing, that is very important, that we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule. If you have any sort of topic which is coming in your school exam but we have not done it yet, so we will go with those topics first and then we will move on to the rest of the topic, right? So this type of custom request generally we handle. And also if you are having any school examination, so there are the extra revision classes also you can get. If you want to take the revision classes, you can tell it to us. We will move on with the revision classes of particular topic so that you will never lose any marks in your school exam. Now you already know that you were in the board class, right? So we are going to start with a new chapter. Like this is the second session of that chapter. This is sense organ, you already know, and you were in class 10. So the board exam is coming and you are totally preparing for the board exam. So a lot of different things you have to keep it in mind so that you will never lose any marks in the board exam, as well as the pre-board tests which will be conducted in your schools, right? So let us see how you can prepare yourself for those school exam and the board exam. And this will help you to get everything in Swiflearn. So that is why Swiflearn is totally different from any other platform. So basically, we maintain a detailed progress report. How you are doing in the classroom, homework, and everything, in which topic you were totally prepared, which topic you are lagging. So everything will be given to you. There will be PTM also, जैसे आपके स्कूल में भी होता है, और PTM में your parents can interact with us directly. Okay, so if you are facing any problem, it will be totally solved mutually. Got it? Now coming to the second thing, it is the SAT which we have, the Swiflearn Academic Test Series. You will be able to perform over here for the scholarships also. So this happen in every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can perform and you will be able to see what is your rank all over India. Okay, so this will definitely help you to get the competitive approach. Now coming to the third and the fourth important thing, it is very important that we have a lot of practice tests. So after completing each and every topic, you can go with the practice of question answers. So this practice case test basically consist of both the subjective and objective questions. तो objective जैसे आपके स्कूल में आते हैं या फिर बोर्ड एग्जाम में आते हैं, odd one out, filling the blanks, true false, MCQs and all. So this type of question you will get it in the objective type of test. And subjective test is very important, जहाँ 3 marks और 5 marks का questions आपको मिलते हैं. And sometimes you forget to write the key words within the answer, है ना? Over here in the subjective test you will be able to write down the answer and submit it to us, and we have a group of teacher, dedicated teacher, who will check your answer and give you the tips and tricks how to write the answer, but to include any diagram or chemical equation or any examples or so on, how to write the answer in a proper way. That is very important in case of science like physics, chemistry and biology. So we will definitely give you the tips and tricks so that you will never lose any marks in the board exam. So board exam में आपको full marks आएगा, that is our guarantee. And for experiencing all these things, what you have to do is you have to book the free trial class, book it anytime, and learn with us definitely. And after taking the trial class, you can enroll your name in our regular batches. The regular batches में हम रोज आपके साथ मिलेंगे and we will discuss a lot about the syllabus, the different topics which are coming in your school exam and the board exam. Okay, so let me also remind you to subscribe the channel who have not subscribed it yet, and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. We will stay together, we will learn together, and do not forget to like, comment and share also, so that your friends will also get the same benefit. Now let's move on to the topic of today. As I have already mentioned that this is the very important topic which you have in your board exam, class 10th syllabus of ICSE board, that is the sense organ, right? So sense organ का first session हमने already देख लिया, where we have studied about the eye, the different parts of the eye, and where are they present, what is the location, what is the function of the different parts of the eye. We have already studied this. So if you have missed that session, please go back. After this session, just go back to the library, you will get the sense organs first session. Okay, so let us proceed with the second session of sense organ, where we will basically study about the different defects of eye. Okay, we already know about the 5 sense organs. So one is the eye, second is the ear, third is the skin, fourth is the nose, and fifth is the tongue. So they basically help us to receive the different stimulus so that we can identify what are the different changes which are going out around us, and according to that our brain will process that and the brain will tell you to act accordingly. Okay, so this is all related to our nervous system, and let us see how our nervous system help us to see everything. Okay, so we are basically focusing on the eye, the parts and function of the parts of the eye we have already discussed. Today we will basically focus on the vision of the eye, how we can see everything, the refractive defects of vision. When there is a defect in the refraction, when we already know that refraction takes place when the light rays are going inside our eyes. Okay, first it will cross the cornea, then the lens, then the vitreous humor, and finally it will form the image on the screen, that is nothing but our retina. Okay, so how while going through the different steps, the different levels within our eyes, how the light rays are refracting, so what will happen if the refraction doesn't take place properly within our eyes, what are the defects which can take place within our eyes, that is our main focus of discussion today. We will study about the different defects. Other than this refractive defects, we will study about a lot of different defects of the vision due to the old age, due to some problem in the cornea, due to some problem in our diet, maybe the deficiency of the vitamin A. You already know that it causes the night blindness, and color blindness, the genetic defects. So we will study about all these other defects. Okay, and finally we will study about the stereoscopic vision. Hi Anushka, how are you? Chalo. So let's start with the eye and how we can see all the different things around us. So have you ever seen your parents or the grandparent, they sometimes tell you to just put the thread within the needle. Yeah, they cannot sometimes due to a certain nervous problem or something like that, they cannot see properly through their eyes, and that is why they cannot just put the thread within the hole of the needle, and they generally tell you to help with that. Yes, so why do you think this? Why do they do so? Any idea? Yes, Anushka, you have given me some of the names of the defects like myopia, hypermetropia, cataract. We will discuss about all these things. Okay. So, why do you think that they need our help? Because we are young, and we can say that maybe when they have become old, they are coming across a lot of different types of defects in their eyes, and that is why they cannot make out the proper positioning of the hole of the needle, and that is why they cannot put the thread into it. Yes, do you agree with me? Yes. So the most comfortable distance which we can see, the human being can see to nearby to us, that is known as our near point. And I have already mentioned the near point normal for the normal eye is 25 centimeter. Yes. And if we think about how far we can see, that is the farthest point can be infinity. Okay, for a normal eye the farthest point can be infinity, and if you cannot see a proper thing which is far away, that is, you will be able to understand that you are having some defects in your eyes. Okay, so this is all about the near point and the farthest point of our eye, far point and near point. And this near and far adjustment is done by the ciliary muscle, and the ciliary muscles are basically contracting and relaxing so that the proper thickening of the lens, the thickening and the thinning of the lens will take place, and this will help you to see anything which is nearby to you and far away from you. Okay, so this is our main focus of discussion. So let us see what will happen if our eye cannot function properly. So this view, or to see everything, whatever is near to us or whatever is far away from us, we have to adjust our vision, right? And this adjusting our vision is nothing but the accommodation. So this is known as the power of accommodation. That is nothing but gradually how we are adjusting our eyes to see all the objects which are far away from us as well as nearby to us. Now क्या होता है when the person is becoming old? Sometimes gradually they lose this power of accommodation, and they suffer from a lot of different types of defects in their eyes, and that is why they have to correct it by wearing a spec. Yes, so let us see what type of defects they basically uh, suffer from, and what type of specs can help them to see any object in a very clear way. Okay, so these are nothing but the defects of the refraction which is taking place within our eyes. Okay, so depending upon the refraction which is taking place, we can differentiate the different defects of our vision into three main types. One is the myopia, that is the nearsightedness, where we can see anything which is nearby to us, but we cannot see, we find difficulty in looking at the objects which are far away from us. Okay, secondly, the second one is the hypermetropia. So hypermetropia or farsightedness, that is, a person can see the different object which is far away from him, but they cannot see any object which is nearby to him. For looking into the near object or reading a book, they need to wear a spectacle. Okay, and coming to the third thing, that is the presbyopia. We will see what is presbyopia. Due to the aging, this basically happens. So let's start with the myopia, that is the nearsightedness. So from the name only you will be able to understand nearsightedness matlab the person can see anything which is nearby to him or her, पर दूर का कोई चीज वो अच्छे से देख नहीं सकते, right? So कैसे ये हो सकता है? This can happen due to two main causes. एक हो सकता है द एक्सेसिव कर्वेचर ऑफ द आई लेंस, जो लेंस हमारा होता है आई के अंदर, दैट लेंस में कर्व अ लॉट एंड elongation of the eyeball. So what will happen in the normal case, and what will happen in case of the myopia? Let me show you. See, the person's eye want to see the apple over here, right? So the apple is over here and the light rays are coming, going through the cornea, then the lens, then the vitreous humor, and finally on the screen at the back side of the eye there is the whole retina. You can see the arc, yellow colored arc on which the image is formed. When it is forming on the retina, it's totally fine. That means the eye is nothing but a healthy eye. Okay, hi Jasmine. Coming to the second portion. So here you can see some difference. What is the difference? Where is the image of the apple is forming? It is forming not on the retina but a little bit forward than that of the retina, in front of the retina, right? So if the image is formed on the in front of the retina, then the person will see the image or the object as blurred, because we know that the rods and cones which basically help to see the different image, they are only present in the retina, right? Hi Kanwar, hi Jasmine, koi baat nahi, right? Okay, so we have just started, so no issue if you are late. So you can see, do you think the person will be able to see the apple properly, in a very clear way? No. So what do she or he have to do? She or he has to take the help of the artificial lens, that is nothing but the spectacle. He or she need the concave lens, and when he or she will like wear the spec with the concave lens, then what will happen, this power, and definitely a definite power will be given in the concave lens, which will be given by the eye specialist, and this power or this concave lens will help to form the image of the eye apple again on a proper screen, that is the retina, and then only the person will be able to see the apple clearly. Got it? So healthy eye में हमें कोई lens, artificial lens का ज़रूरत नहीं होता. We will be able to see everything properly. If we are suffering from myopia, it's very common. जहाँ हम बोलते हैं कि minus power है, right? तो तब क्या होता है? The image will form in front of the retina when the person will not be able to see it properly, and when the person again will use a concave lens, he or she will be able to see the object properly because the image is forming on the retina. ऐसे ही adjust करके image इधर ही form होगा, and then only he or she will be able to see. Up to this much clear है? This is all about the myopia. Let's move on to the second type of defect, that is hypermetropia, जिसको हम कहते हैं far sightedness. इसका मतलब क्या? The person will be able to see the objects which are in a distant or far away from them, but he or she will not be able to see the nearby object. तो nearby object दिखने में problem है. क्यों हो सकता है ये problem? Because of the focal length of the lens is too long. आई लेंस का फोकल लेंथ बहुत लंबा है, इतना लंबा कि द ऑब्जेक्ट का जो इमेज होता है वो बिहाइंड द रेटिना फॉर्म हो रहा है, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड. He or she will not be able to see the image, right? And the eyeball over here will become very small, just the opposite to that of the myopia. ठीक है ना? तो हम देख लेते हैं with the help of the image कि कैसे image form होता है. You already know about the healthy eye. Healthy eye में क्या होगा? This is the apple. Refraction will take place. The light rays will go to the cornea, lens, vitreous humor, and finally the image will be formed on the screen, that is the retina. Clear? Now, in case of hypermetropia क्या होता है? Due to some refraction defect, what will happen? Here the image will form behind the retina. आप देख रहे हो ना, रेटिना के ऊपर इमेज फॉर्म होना था, पर एप्पल का इमेज बिहाइंड द रेटिना, उसका पीछे फॉर्म हो रहा है, और इसके पीछे अगर फॉर्म होगा तो ब्लर्ड होगा ना उसका इमेज. He or she will not be able to see the image properly. तो कब तब क्या होगा, he or she again need to use an artificial lens, that is the convex lens. Okay, तो ये convex lens with the help of the spectacle when they will use it, so ये convex lens में देखो कुछ रिफ्रैक्शन कम होते जा रहे हैं. व्हेन इट इज हैविंग, तो रिफ्रैक्शन इधर ही स्टार्ट हो जाएगा एंड देन अ लिटिल बिट मोर इन रिफ्रैक्शन विल हैपन इन द लेंस एंड फाइनली द ऑब्जेक्ट, द इमेज ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट, दैट इज द एप्पल्स इमेज, विल फॉर्म ऑन द रेटिना जहां फॉर्म होना था, एंड he or she will be able to see that apple clearly. क्लियर है ना अप टू दिस मच? यस, तो मायोपिया का मतलब है माइनस पावर, हम जो कॉमनली बोलते हैं, वेयर कॉनकेव लेंस विल हेल्प टू सी द ऑब्जेक्ट क्लियरली, एंड हाइपरमेट्रोपिया में क्या होगा, कॉन्वेक्स लेंस विल बी यूज्ड टू सी द ऑब्जेक्ट क्लियरली. अप टू दिस मच क्लियर? यस, चलो लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द थर्ड टाइप ऑफ defect. So have you ever seen the person using this type of spec? Generally हम old age people में देखते हैं. Old, yes. अच्छा, Jasmine and Kanwar are brother and sister. Okay, great. Have you ever seen this type of lenses? इसको क्या बोलते हैं पता है? देखो, एक ओवल जैसा कुछ अलग सा पावर इधर होता है एंड ऊपर कुछ अलग सा पावर होता है. What is it called? Any idea? Yes? हम बाइफोकल लेंस नहीं कहते इसको. Yes, have you heard of it? बाइफोकल लेंस. ठीक है, हम बोलेंगे अब भी बाइफोकल लेंस क्या है एंड कब हम यूज कर सकते हैं. सो द डिफेक्ट इन विच दे नीड दिस बाइफोकल लेंस इज नथिंग बट द प्रेसबायोपिया. इधर क्या होता है, द पावर ऑफ एकोमोडेशन डिक्रीजेस विथ एजिंग. जितना भी उसका एज बढ़ते जाएंगे तो उसका एकोमोडेशन का पावर, मतलब एडजस्टिंग देयर लेंस अकॉर्डिंग टू द फार अवे एंड नियर बाय ऑब्जेक्ट विल बिकम less, वो degrade होते जाएंगे due to the weakening of the ciliary muscle. You already know that the ciliary muscles are present at the top and at the bottom of the lens. Okay, it is basically holding the lens. This is the eye lens and these are the ciliary muscle. तो ciliary muscle का contraction and relaxation के लिए होता है thickening and thinning of the lens, and this thickening and thinning of the lens will help in the accommodation, जिसका मतलब है it will help to adjust the eye to see the far away and the nearby object. Up to this much so you already know, right? Now what will happen if the ciliary muscles are not working properly due to their weakening? तो क्या होगा, लेंस का ये जो थिकनिंग एंड थिनिंग, ये जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होता है, ये भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगा, एंड ड्यू टू द डिक्रीज ऑफ दिस फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू सी मेनी थिंग्स विच आर नियर बाय टू देम. कंफर्टेबली, बहुत अच्छे से वो नहीं देख सकते एंड दे विल फील सम डिफिकल्टी इन लुकिंग इनटू द डिफरेंट थिंग्स, एंड देन दे नीड दिस बाइफोकल lens. Okay, this bifocal lens will help them to see the nearby as well as the far away object, जहां bifocal lens में concave lens और convex lens एक साथ both the lenses are present. Clear है up to this much? Yes? Okay, so quickly tell me the answer. मायोपिया में कौन सा लेंस यूज होता है, हाइपरमेट्रोपिया में कौन सा लेंस यूज होता है, एंड प्रेसबायोपिया में कौन सा लेंस यूज होता है? क्विकली चलो, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द अदर डिफेक्ट्स ऑफ द आईज व्हिच आर नॉट ड्यू टू द रिफ्रैक्शन. द डिफेक्ट ऑफ द रिफ्रैक्शन के लिए नहीं, कोई डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द आईज का डिफेक्ट के लिए जो होता है. First of all is the astigmatism. This is the error of the shape of the cornea. Very important. Please note it down कि इसका cause है shape of the cornea. Okay, there is certain error in the shape of the cornea. तो इसका जो हमारे cornea जो है, the outermost layer bulge-like thing within which the lens is present, ये cornea का curve irregular shaped हो जाते हैं. ओके, तो इरेग्युलर शेपेड होने से क्या होगा, डेफिनेटली जो लाइट रेज आ रहे हैं बाहर से, इट विल नॉट बी एबल टू गो पास प्रॉपरली थ्रू इट एंड रिफ्रैक्शन में भी प्रॉब्लम होगा, डिस्टॉर्टेड विजन होगा, द विजन विल बी फजी, distorted and blurred vision. Okay, and this is due to the irregular curve or irregular shape of the cornea, and this defect is known as astigmatism. Clear hai up to this much? Yes, these are very simple. What you have to remember is iska karan kya hai, why it is happening and what is happening to it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The main thing of the astigmatism, the main genetic or the different causes of the astigmatism, that is, it can happen like from birth और birth के बाद life any time in the lifetime भी ये develop कर सकते हैं. It may also occur as a result of any injury, कोई accident हो जाएगा या फिर कोई भी आई का सर्जरी, कोई दूसरे कारण के लिए आई का अगर सर्जरी होगा, then also due to some defect in the problem in the surgery it can happen. Okay, so this is the astigmatism and इसके लिए the patients need to use a different type of lens, that is the toric lens. Okay, yes, conver, very good. I've got your answer. Myopia के लिए concave lens, convex lens होगा, hypermetropia के लिए, presbyopia के लिए bifocal lens, and astigmatism के लिए toric lens. Okay, it is a different type of lens which will be used so that they can see everything properly. Now let's see how the lens change the shape to keep the image on the retina. Just look at the thickening and the thinning of the lens I am showing you over here, and this is the object, so the light rays are going through this one, and आप देखोगे कि angle between the rays, how it is happening when the object is moving away from it. Just look at this one. When I am moving it away, the distance हम जब बढ़ा रहे हैं तो how it is happening. देखो इसका angle देखो, angle between the rays is 6.6. हम अगर इस object को distance को बढ़ाएंगे तो angle कम होते जा रहे हैं, and if I just place it over here in the nearby point, angle सबसे ज़्यादा है. Okay, and also look at the thickening and thinning. When we are keeping the object nearby, it is thickened. When we are increasing the distance, आप देख रहे हो ना, thinning हो रहा है, thinning of the lens when I am keeping it, and when the object is in infinity, very far away, can you see the parallel rays of the light is coming? Yes, but if you think about where the main image will be formed, it is always on the retina, and then only we will be able to see everything properly. ठीक है, तो देखो और एक बार मैं दिखा देती हूँ कि distance जब हम कमाते जा रहे हैं, when I am decreasing the distance, the angle is increasing and finally the lens will be thickened. अभी देखो thickening of the lens हो गया, and when I am increasing the distance, the object is going far away, and this causes the thinning of the lens, which will help us to see the distant object. Up to this much clear? Yes? तो ऐसे हमारा लेंस काम करते हैं inside our eyes. Clear? Now, aging can also cause the defect in our eyes. So, have you ever gone to the doctor's chamber? Eye specialist के chamber में कभी गए हैं? Have you ever seen this type of screen having ABCD in a haphazard manner, and they used to keep different lenses in front of your eyes and help tell you to read what is showing on the screen? Have you ever seen this one? Yes. तो क्या होता है, when anybody is like according to their increase in their age, this looking या फिर कुछ विजन का जो डिफेक्ट होता है वो बढ़ते जाते हैं. Okay, like for one example is the cataract. You already know this. This is a very common thing which we can see. The cataract operation is done in our grandparents' eyes. So क्या होता है basically here? The cataract is dense cloudy area that is formed on the lens of the eye. Lens के ऊपर एक cloudy thing हो जाता है. This is because of the protein which are present within the eyes. They form a clump. Okay, वो जो प्रोटीन रहता है they form a clump and prevent the lens for sending the clear image towards the retina. Okay, तो मैं आपको थोड़ा सा दिखा देती हूँ. This is the cornea, here is the lens, and as you already know that the rays will come, it will cross the lens and finally it will form on the retina. Okay, the image will form on the retina. अगर इधर कुछ क्लाउडी या फिर कुछ ब्लर्ड थिंग आ जाएगा, क्लम्प ऑफ प्रोटीन आ जाएगा, then what will happen? The light rays will be able to pass through it? No, the light rays will not be able to pass through it and it will not be able to form any proper image over here also, and that is why the older person will not be able to see any image properly. Clear image idhar nahi hoga. Okay, and it will eventually interfere with the vision. तो इसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? कोई लेंस, आर्टिफिशियल लेंस यूज करूंगी या फिर सर्जरी. Okay, the surgery is the only outcome or the thing which we can do.
This is when the lens, a small transparent.
Okay, so what we can do is to operate it with the help of the surgery, और surgery का नाम है phaco. Okay, now let's see with the help of a video.
All animals and plants are sensitive. They detect changes in their environment. This is one of the 7 life processes. Any change that is detected is called a stimulus. If necessary, they then respond to stimuli in various ways. For example, if you are too cold, you may put a jumper on. Sense organs in animals have groups of receptor cells which detect specific stimuli. Can you name some human sense organs and what they detect? When the receptor cells of the sense organ are stimulated, they relay this information along nerve cells or neurons to the central nervous system. There are different types of receptor cells which are sensitive to different stimuli. Humans have 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Sight is the detection of light by our eyes. The different wavelengths of visible light give rise to different colours when interpreted by our brain. This video will discuss 4 vision problems: colour blindness, glaucoma, cataract, and diabetic retinopathy. So let's start with colour blindness. Perhaps you know someone who is colourblind, or maybe you are. A colourblind or colour vision deficient person cannot tell some colours apart, or may only see the world in shades or tones. But why does this happen? The receptor cells in the retina of your eye are called rods and cones. Rods detect light intensity and cones detect colours. Rod cells are used when there is little light, and cone cells help you see colours. The cones in colourblind individuals are either fewer in number or simply absent. Colour blindness can cause people difficulty in everyday life. Most red-green colourblind people won't know if they've cooked a piece of meat rare or well done, and they're unlikely to be able to tell the difference between green and ripe tomatoes or between ketchup and chocolate sauce. The second eye condition we're going to discuss is glaucoma. This is where your optic nerve is damaged by the pressure of the fluid inside your eye. Most types of glaucoma have no symptoms, so a regular eye test is the only way to know you have the condition. It can lead to blindness if left untreated. The third condition is cataracts. This is when the lens, a small transparent disc inside your eye, develops cloudy patches. Cataracts are more common in older people. Over time, the cloudy patches usually become bigger, causing blurry, misty vision and eventually blindness. Cataract can be treated by surgery, which can involve replacing the lens with a synthetic one. Finally,
Okay. Hopefully you have already understood. Yes, thank you very much, Prince. You can get all the information in our website. Okay. If you just go to the website, you will get all the information about the fees and all. Okay. And you will also get the support number over here under the screen. So you can just take the support number from here and you can call and get the information. Now let's move on to the next topic, the next type of defect, that is the night blindness. Anybody, can you tell me why this night blindness takes place? Yes. Anybody, why this night blindness takes place? Due to the deficiency of the vitamin A. You already know this, right? So the night blindness is a type of vision impairment, also known as the nyctalopia. This is also known as nyctalopia, which in which the people will not be able to see anything during the night time or during the dim light. So क्या होता है इधर, the rod cells we already know which are present in the retina, they help us to see any object during the night time in the dim light. तो उधर के अंदर वो rod cell के अंदर जो pigment होता है rhodopsin, that rhodopsin pigment will not be synthesized over here due to the deficiency of the vitamin A, and that is why the person will not be able to see anything during the night time in the dim light, and this condition is known as the night blindness. Clear hai? Now coming to the color blindness, this is very important, that color blindness is nothing but when a person cannot distinguish the different colors in a normal way. Okay, so इसको हम color deficiency disease भी कह सकते हैं, and this is totally genetic. Okay, so here basically they cannot distinguish between the green and the red colors, and बहुत occasionally बहुत कम होता है in case of the blue colors. Okay, so they cannot basically differentiate between the different colored patterns. So the colored blindness people will not be able to see the different colors because of the absence of the cone cell. हमने already देखा कि due to the bright light vision and the colored vision, which cell help us? The cone cells which are present in the retina. And when these cone cells are absent or not working properly, or there is some defects in the normal functioning of the cone cell, then the person will not be able to see or distinguish the varieties of beautiful colors around us. Okay? Now let's see what is
perhaps you
color
know someone who is
blindness.
All animals and plants are sensitive. They detect changes in their environment. This is one of the 7 life processes. Any change that is detected is called a stimulus. If necessary, they then respond to stimuli in various ways. For example, if you are too cold, you may put a jumper on. Sense organs in animals have groups of receptor cells which detect specific stimuli. Can you name some human sense organs and what they detect? When the receptor cells of the sense organ are stimulated, they relay this information along nerve cells or neurons to the central nervous system. There are different types of receptor cells which are sensitive to different stimuli. Humans have 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Sight is the detection of light by our eyes. The different wavelengths of visible light give rise to different colours when interpreted by our brain. This video will discuss 4 vision problems: colour blindness, glaucoma, cataract, and diabetic retinopathy. So let's start with colour blindness. Perhaps you know someone who is colorblind, or maybe you are. A colorblind or color vision deficient person cannot tell some colors apart, or may only see the world in shades or tones. But why does this happen? The receptor cells in the retina of your eye are called rods and cones. Rods detect light intensity and cones detect colors. Rod cells are used when there is little light, and cone cells help you see colors. The cones in colorblind individuals are either fewer in number or simply absent. Colorblindness can cause people difficulty in everyday life. Most red-green colorblind people won't know if they've cooked a piece of meat rare or well done, and they're unlikely to be able to tell the difference between green and ripe tomatoes or between ketchup and chocolate sauce. The second eye condition we're going to discuss.
Yes, so this is all about the color blindness. So, yes, hi Nandini, I've got a great question from you that when a person is suffering from red or green color blindness, whether they will be able to see any other colors or not. So, you already know that red, green, and blue, these are the three primary colors. So, the other different secondary colors or whatever colors you can see around you, they are basically the combination of the different intensity of those three basic colors, right? So when there are the different combination of the colors which are forming from the red and green, definitely those colors will also not be visible from those are not visible by that human being if they are suffering from red and green color blindness. Okay, got it. Now let's test our eyes whether we are suffering from any color blindness or not. So let's try to read the different numbers. Yes, what is the first number? Say it's 7. Great. What is the second one? It's 1 3. You can see it. 13. Coming to the third thing, that is 1 6 16. Coming to the fourth one, quickly, 8. Great. Yes, very good, Nandini. Now coming to the fifth one, 12. Okay, and the last one? Yes, the last one is 9. Very good. Well done, Nandini. Great. So, we have tested our eyes and we are not suffering from colored blindness, right? Chalo. Now let's move on to another type of defect which is known as the corneal opacity. So corneal opacity is the defect where what happened, the cornea becomes scarred and it stops the light to pass through it. अगर light cornea से pass नहीं होगा तो it will not go towards the retina. लेंस में भी नहीं जाएगा, रेटिना में भी नहीं जाएगा. And as it is not passing the light, we basically sometimes see it from outside. A cloudy structure happens on the cornea. So cornea becomes whitish like this. This is known as the corneal opacity. Have you ever seen any person with this type of eye? That means the light rays will not be able to pass through the cornea and hence it will not form any image on the retina. So we know this is the normal eye, we can see the proper eyeball color, but in case of the corneal opacity, the eyeball color or the cornea will be totally whitish. Okay. Now let's move on to another defect which is known as squint. So squint में क्या होता है? This is also known as strabismus, and this is the condition जहाँ eyeball का alignment properly नहीं होता. There is no proper alignment of the eyeball. Coming to the stereoscopic vision, the next thing, stereoscopic vision का मतलब है the vision which describe the ability of the visual brain to register everything. हम जो visually register करके रखते हैं. Okay, similar not to similar to the cataract, Nandini. इधर क्या होता है? In that case, blurriness comes on the cornea. और cataract में क्या होता है? The accumulation of the protein is on the lens. तो difference है उधर. Okay. Chalo. So here in the stereoscopic vision help us to see the different 3D, three-dimensional shape, the three-dimensional visualization. जैसे आप अगर 3D कोई पिक्चर मूवी हॉल में देखने के लिए जाते हो जो 3D इफेक्ट देखते हैं, right? The anaconda and all, we generally used to wear a 3D effect का spec, right? So if you don't wear that spec, you will see the total thing like this, and it is a little bit blurry. You can see the 3D effect of the alphabet, and if you just wear that glass, you will be able to see the proper 3D effect, three-dimensional effect. Okay. Now, after image क्या होता है? After image is something, it is an illusion first of all. So when you see anything for a long period of time, and if you just close your eyes, the same image will retain, or it will remain for some seconds, some few seconds within your eyes, and you will be able to just see that one. Okay, you will continue to see that one, and this is nothing but the after image. Okay, original image सीज होने के बाद भी थोड़ा आफ्टर इफेक्ट जो रह जाते हैं, लाइक इफ यू जस्ट सी फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम द येलो कलर, कोई एक ब्राइट येलो कलर के तरफ अगर बहुत थोड़ा देर के लिए आप देख रहे हो, then if you just close your eyes you will see something the bluish effect of the image. Okay, so this is the after image. So let's now summarize what are the different defects we have seen over here. We have seen the different four
Humans
effects,
have 5 senses.
right?
Sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Sight is the detection of light by our eyes. The different wavelengths of visible light give rise to different colours when interpreted by our brain. This video will discuss 4 vision problems: colour blindness, glaucoma,
Yes, Rohan,
cataract,
I also teach class
and
9.
diabetic retinopathy. So let's start with colour blindness. Perhaps you know someone who is colourblind, or maybe you are. A colourblind or colour vision deficient person cannot tell some colours apart, or may only see the world in shades or tones. But why does this happen? The receptor cells in the retina of your eye are called rods and cones. Rods detect light intensity and cones detect colours. Rod cells are used when there is little light, and cone cells help you see colours. The cones in colourblind individuals are either fewer in number or simply absent. Colourblindness can cause people difficulty in everyday life. Most red-green colourblind people won't know if they've cooked a piece of meat rare or well done, and they're unlikely to be able to tell the difference between green and ripe tomatoes, or between ketchup and chocolate sauce. The second eye condition we're going to discuss is glaucoma. This is where your optic nerve is damaged by the pressure of the fluid inside your eye. Most types of glaucoma have no symptoms, so a regular eye test is the only way to know you have the condition. It can lead to blindness if left untreated. The third condition is cataracts. This is when the lens, a small transparent disc inside your eye, develops cloudy patches. Cataracts are more common in older people. Over time, the cloudy patches usually become bigger, causing blurry, misty vision and eventually blindness. Cataracts can be treated by surgery, which can involve replacing the lens with a synthetic one. Finally, diabetic retinopathy, which is a complication of diabetes caused by high blood sugar levels damaging the retina. The retina needs a constant supply of blood, which it receives through a network of tiny blood vessels. Over time, a persistently high blood sugar level can damage these blood vessels. So now you can see how important our senses are to us, and problems that can arise with our sight.
We
Humans
studied
have
about the different defects, right? So let me again remind you that diabetes can cause the blindness. So diabetes, if it is not treated properly, then it can cause the different defects of the eyes, and totally in extreme condition it can cause the blindness, and that is why the diabetes is the number one cause of blindness in case of UK, okay, in the adult people of UK. Let's now solve this puzzle quickly. So this is all about the different defects of the eyes. Let me see who can give me the answers. Yes, Rohan, definitely video you will get of the fungi in the microorganism chapter, okay? Yep. So remedy for the myopia. What is the remedy for the myopia? What type of lens is used in case of the myopia? Quickly. Yes, we can say the concave lens. Yeah. Now let's move on to the second one. Remedy for presbyopia. Which type of lens? Yes, bifocal lens. Yes. Now let's move on to the remedy of the cataract. How can we do the treatment of the cataract? By surgery. Okay. And coming up and down, remedy of hyperopia, convex lens. Let's see we have done it correctly or not. Yes? Done? Chalo, let's discuss some of the question answers now. This type of question you can get in your exam. So, very carefully see the questions which can be coming. Differentiate between myopia and hypermetropia, very common question, and here only it is asked to say about the cause of the defect. You already know myopia happens due to too curved lens and excessive curvature of the lens and the elongation of the eyeball. Just the opposite is in case of the hypermetropia. Lens becomes too much flat and the eyeball becomes too small. Coming to the name and age old eye defect. Age old eye defect हो जाएगा आपका presbyopia and उसका cause क्या होगा? The cornea becomes opaque and the vision is cut down even to blindness. This is the cataract. Sorry, I'm very sorry. Cataract भी होगा and presbyopia क्यों होगा? Due to the lens का flexibility कम होते जाते हैं. Okay. Coming to the third thing, the color blindness. What is color blindness? You already know this is a genetic defect and it happens where the person will not be able to distinguish the red and the green color mainly, right? Coming to the fourth question, name the defect shown in the image. See the diagram where the light ray is passing and after refraction, the formation of the image is happening in front of the retina. Retina के ऊपर नहीं हो रहा है. तो इस ये defect को हम क्या कहेंगे? Yes. myopia बोलेंगे, right? Give two possible reasons for this defect. तो दो reason होगा excessive curvature of the eye lens and elongation of the eyeball. Name the type of lens. इधर myopia के लिए कौन सा lens हम use करेंगे? Concave lens. And you have to draw the proper diagram correct करने के बाद देखो एक concave lens रख दिया and after the concave lens the image will form on the retina, not in front. Okay, this corrected image you have to show, you have to draw it. Coming to the fifth question quickly, sometimes you remember a vivid picture which you see in the dream. Yes, so dream में आप जो देखते हो वो आपका eye देखता है या फिर brain देखता है? What is the role of your eye for this experience? Yes. This is the brain which see the different image and through the eyes, and our eyes actually never see all these images. This is the optical illusion हम बोल सकते हैं, and it is totally controlled by the cerebrum portion of the brain. Okay, the cerebrum portion of the brain which is under our central nervous system, and we already know the like the memory, intelligence, power of all these things are there in the cerebrum, and that is why we can also remember whatever we have dreamt of, yes, after waking up. Chalo, so this is all about today's session. We have studied a lot about the vision of the eye, refractive defects and the other defects of the vision, and we have also studied about the stereoscopic vision. Let's see what are the defects we have studied. We studied about the myopia, hyperopia या फिर hypermetropia भी हम कहते हैं इसको, astigmatism, presbyopia, Night blindness, cataract, color blindness, squint, and stereoscopic vision. These are the different things which we have studied today. So let's see now who is the student of the session. So today's student of the session is Jasmine. Yes, Rohan, very good for giving me most of the answers correctly. Conver, always. Yes, good, very good. Okay, so clap for all three of you. Thank you very much for staying with us and giving me most of the answers correctly. I hope that we will again see you all. Thank you, thanks to all for staying till the end. And let me again remind you, whoever has not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. And do not forget to like, comment, and share also. Okay, thank you very much, Jasmine. Thanks a lot for your compliment. So, okay, so let it be up to this much for today. We will again meet